Hello, I'm Scott ניוג'נט, a 48-year-old trans man and the founder of TreVoices, Trans Rational Educational Voices, an organization run by other trans who believe as I do, as well as parents of gender-confused kids. Welcome to the first advice video in our new series. This one is about pronouns. Keep watching. You will be shocked to hear my advice on whether or not you should align with your kids and call them opposite-sex pronouns. Since the beginning of time, human beings have had beliefs that were radically pushed, that were later discovered to be false. Human beings get it wrong a lot. For example, in ancient times, people believed gladiators' blood cured epilepsy. People were convinced that Brussels sprouts housed demons in the center. In the 1700s, doctors were convinced that blowing smoke up someone's ass would revive drowning victims, jump-starting hearts and respiratory systems. In the 50s, the medical field was convinced that shaking unsightly fat caused it to dissolve. No dieting or exercise needed. Did you know that Hitler, Mussolini, and Stalin all nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize? Hindsight and research studies have helped us through the years debunk crazy ideas and shine the real light on people who didn't deserve the spotlight in the first place. It's not unheard of for human beings to be manipulated into believing things. Believing the unbelievable has always reared its head in every society, just as the trans ideology craze is currently doing. I could go on, but the point I'm trying to make is that human beings are susceptible. Our brains only believe what you tell it. Cults are successful because human beings are easily brainwashed, not because we're critical and logical thinkers. In fact, I will tie an outline to the bottom, a link, as a guide on how to brainwash someone successfully. You will be surprised that it mirrors what currently is being done in trans ideology, recruiting our kids. That may sound extreme coming from a fully transitioned trans man, but all I have to do is open my eyes and I see it all around me. Have you ever noticed that successful people are usually positive about life? Have you ever noticed most people who struggle in life are negative? Have you ever thought of why? Why is it that you can take a negative person and surround them with success and other avenues to become even more successful, and in time, they will be right back to the negativity and all the success will be washed away? Now, take a successful person, a positive person, and remove all their success. Give it time, and they will become successful once again. Why is that? Well, it's because our brains only believe what we tell it. 15 years ago, I had to drive hours each way to work. I decided to listen to motivational speakers. I got hooked on this one who said, "Your brain is a computer. It only believes what you tell it. So be careful what you tell yourself because you are listening." He gave daily affirmations that you were supposed to say out loud, and I thought, what the hell? I'll give it a try. I started telling myself out loud, looking in the rearview mirror on the way to work, "You're the greatest salesperson ever, Kelly. People say yes to you all the time. You find solutions for everything." I did this religiously for a year, and that year to date is the most successful sales year I have ever had. It was nuts how much I sold. So what's the difference? The difference is that I commanded my brain to make a subconscious decision to be successful in sales. This works on many levels, with positivity, praying, and much more. So what does this have to do with pronouns? If you align with your child's delusion that they were born in the wrong body and call them opposite pronouns, you are signing, sealing, and delivering the odds that they will medically transition. The truth is that medical transitioning comes with an enormous amount of medical issues that they're not telling you about. Check out my blog for the top 12. Medical transitioning also doesn't cure a thing. It actually makes gender dysphoria worse. Calling your kids opposite-sex pronouns is a form of social transition, and Dr. Ken Zucker, one of the foremost researchers in the field, has written that social transition is in itself a form of treatment for gender dysphoria, whether that is what you intended for it to do or not. And more often than not, social transition leads to medical transition. Parents, the truth is that 80% of kids outgrow gender dysphoria, and by using opposite-sex pronouns, you are robbing them of a chance to live a health-filled life. Learning to strive with gender dysphoria is not bigotry. It's called success. The only bad thing about kids recovering from gender dysphoria without medical transition is that it robs the pharmaceutical companies a lifetime revenue generation of $1.3 million for each child that jumps on the trans wagon. So, how do I tell my kids no to calling them opposite-sex pronouns? Well, subscribe and see our second video called, "Okay, Smarty Man, Trans Man, how do I tell my kid no to calling them opposite pronouns?" Kids, keep your head up. Everything gets better. Parents, keep your head down. Medical transitioning is no place for a child. Thanks for listening.